Welcome to your chordal lesson of the week, and this week it's all about making a simple tweak to one of your chords function to convey more emotion inside of your chord progression. I think it's very important nowadays to work more on your chord progressions so they are more unique, because recently, more than ever, there's been a lot of talk on how can you copyright harmony, because I don't know if you know it, but Marvin Gaye sued Ed Sheeran for $100 million for copying his chord progression and drum groove in his song Let's Get It On. And the consensus between all the YouTube experts, whether it's Adam Neely or Rick Beato or Music is Win, is that harmony is not copyrightable. You cannot copyright harmony. If you want to learn more about the subject, I will put the links in the description box. But basically what makes a song unique is, one, the melody, two, the lyrics. And this is really great, but the problem for us in ambient guitar is that it's instrumental, so we don't have lyrics, and sometimes we don't have melodies, it's just effects. So we have to be more careful, because if we use the same progression as someone else in an other ambient guitar song, it might be too close to the actual song. So maybe let's make an example. If I play this chord progression right here, but I add a melody and I add singing on top. Sorry, I'm going to sing. It's going to sound like this. Da, 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 ba, da, da, ba, da. Example, okay? So now I had a melody on top, I had singing, so it's different. So in essence, the Earthling could not sue me for using this chord progression. Okay, you get it? When I was playing this progression and singing on top, it was the same chord than the Ambient song number 22 by Andy Earthling. So that wasn't bad, because I sang, I had lyrics, I had a different melody on top. But if I were to borrow the chord progression from Andy Earthling, which is not bad, I mean hundreds and thousands of songs in the universe use the same chord progression, but they have different melodies on top. So this is not bad to borrow a chord progression. You cannot invent, you cannot come up with your own chord progression. Everything almost has been done. But if I were to take the same chord progression and Andy and just put swells on top, now this become too awfully close to the real song, because yes, I don't have the little melody, in between, but it's too close to the actual song. So you have to give more attention to your chord progressions, work more on them, give more attention to them so they are unique to you, so you don't come to a situation where copyright or lawsuits could happen. I think we have a too small of a niche for that, but you should strive to make unique music. So I'm gonna show you one chord progression where I have made that. Exactly, I have two sets of 4 chords, and on the second set of chords I have made a little tweak to one of my chords to convey a different emotion and to have a more unique chord progression. It's in my ambient piano number 7. Let's listen to the first 4 chords. now let's listen to the second set of 4 chords, and I really want you to pay attention to what you are expecting on the last chord of this progression. So the last chord of this progression is a different chord. I have tweaked that progression to add the major 4 chord that I really like. It's in my lesson about Pink Floyd and movie music, my lesson about modal interchange. This is a chord that I love and I included it in this progression. So basically the progression at first was just those 4 chords: E minor, D major, C major, and B minor. I just started with that progression here, and I didn't come up with that progression. I mean, it's everywhere in music. It's almost called a Andalusian cadence. I just have a B minor instead of a B major, but it's all the same thing, so I didn't come up with anything new here. But to make my chord progression stand out more, I tweaked the last B minor chord to A dominant 7 chord, which is unexpected, and it really opens up my progression. Because at first, the move between the E minor and the B minor chord is very sad, it's very melancholic. When you finish the chord progression here, and you come back on the E minor, it's very melancholic, very sad. There's not one small glitter of hope in this progression here. But when I add the major 4th at the end, it really gives a whole new dimension to my chord progression. Now that's something new, that's something unique that really makes this chord progression stand out in my song, and it gives a bit of epicness to the chord progression. So my tip, if you want to make your chord progression more unique and more recognizable, is to make a 4 chords chord progression and make a second repetition of it and change just one thing inside it. The last chord is really effective if you want to have a big impact, but it could be the first, the second, or the third chord. It doesn't matter, just change one thing inside of your progression so it's less predictable and it's more unique and it's more your progression. Because as ambient guitar players, sometimes our progression make our song, so we have to give more attention and work more on our progression. Thanks for watching my lesson, guys. Once again, give a big thumbs up if you like that lesson. If you want to learn more about the lawsuit and copywriting harmony thing, I have many links in the description box. Once again, go see my free mini course if you want to learn more about ambient guitar chords. It's free, it's my gift to you. You just have to create an account and boom, you have 2 modules for free. So thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, au revoir.